Today's horoscope from AstroCademy, Gemini October 1, 2024. With the moon's move into your solar house today, you can be a little more sensitive, with feelings running more deeply. You're inclined to assess or even question certain beliefs, learning paths, or interests today, wondering if they're truly benefiting and representing you. You may need to take a blow to your ego on an opinion, but this lesson can, in fact, bring you to a stronger position. As the day advances, you gravitate to the most practical solutions to problems and to constructive projects or endeavors. Getting serious about your finances can be beneficial and in focus, and thinking about long-term purchases, work projects, or investments can figure strongly. It's a good time for assessing things, drawing up plans, or doing the groundwork. Traditional methods are favored, and so is seniority, both in business and your personal life today. Your libido will be sky high today and tomorrow. As mighty Mars, the god of sex, dances with the great taskmaster and your planetary co-ruler, Saturn, you'll be feeling the heat. Your love life will benefit from significant new levels of devotion and loyalty at this time. Dedicat. Ion and passion will be of equal importance at this time. If single, consider going after someone who has a bit of maturity and wisdom to them but who is still just so very sexy. This could actually be a soulmate for you, someone who will change your life forever. Where have you already gone? Reflect on where you have been and what you have done in your professional journey today. Something you once completed will come back into focus when the Sun in Libra and Mercury in Libra conjunct the South Node in Libra. You may reminisce about your college days or studies if you are thinking about how higher education influenced your professional trajectory. You could reflect on a work trip or even relocating for work. Take a moment to consider everything you have done. You have come so far in your professional journey. If you find yourself waking up on the wrong side of the bed more days than not, it's probably got something to do with an unconscious desire that has gone unmet for too long. One way to bring the unconscious more into our conscious, daily lives is to keep a dream journal. It only takes a few minutes each morning. Before you get dressed, before you have breakfast, spend a few minutes sketching out what happened in your dream. Here is a day that will be particularly open and favor activities touching on communication and creativity. The way you express yourself will be of utmost importance. Don't forget that words always have a fundamental impact. Make projects for the future because this would be a particularly good period for it. Outside of having some words with those close to you, things should be constructive in your sentimental life. You are coming into a phase of peace and optimism. Take advantage of this and stop torturing yourself with trivialities and making comments that are out of place. The moon is spending its final hours in your relationship sector, positively influencing both planets in your communication sector. Although this may be a monthly occurrence, this first visit of the year without challenges makes it particularly significant. Meanwhile, as the Sun and Mercury enjoy their first weekend in your sector of adventure, travel, learning, and discovery, with Jupiter slowing down as he prepares for his last full week in direct motion within a playful and creative area of your chart, there is an invitation to embrace the weekend spirit. The moon is not only making its first visit to your relationship sector this year that isn't getting pushback from planets in Aquarius, with a lot less potential for personal or relationship tension, but it is spending its final hours at a friendly aspect to both planets in your communication sector. This is going to leave you feeling more confident about the future, knowing that Mars will return in November to usher in a new phase. Our eyes in the sky. The beauty of today's astrological alignment lies in the opportunity for transformation and growth. With the Sun and Mercury opposing the North Node in Aries, you are being called to step into your power and leave behind patterns that no longer serve you. It's as if the universe is presenting you with a crossroads. One path leads to the comfort of the familiar, while the other invites you to take bold steps toward personal evolution and progress. Have you ever had that moment and you realized that staying within your comfort zone was actually holding you back? Maybe it was a job you stayed in for too long, a relationship you clung to out of fear of the unknown, or even a habit that was easier to maintain than to break. We've all been there, stuck between what we know and what we dream of achieving. Today offers the perfect moment to break free. It might feel a little scary at first, but sometimes growth comes from stepping into the unknown with courage and trust. You are ready for this. Ask yourself, what's one small step you can take today toward a healthier, more empowered version of yourself? There's something so special about knowing you're part of a Team ORA community where your contributions are valued. If you've been craving that sense of unity, today is the day to nurture it. Send that message, make that call, or reach out to someone you've been meaning to connect with. Have you ever noticed how even the smallest efforts toward connection can lead to deeper bonds? When we come together with the right intentions, we can achieve so much more than we could on our own. That said, while it's wonderful to embrace social interactions and team spirit, don't forget to carve out time for yourself. Have you ever spent a day surrounded by people, only to feel drained by the end, even if the experience was positive? Socializing is beautiful and necessary, but so is solitude. Taking moments to recharge ensures that when you're with others, you're fully present, energized, and able to give your best self. So if you're feeling the need to step back for a bit, honor that feeling. Give yourself permission to recharge, knowing you'll return even stronger and more centered. On a practical note, today's momentum is incredibly favorable for those of you who've been working toward personal or professional goals. Have you ever felt that satisfying rush? When all your hard work starts to pay off, and everything you touched seems to fall into place? That's the energy surrounding you right now. Whether you've been grinding on a project, building toward a career milestone, or managing financial matters, expect to see tangible progress. Keep riding this wave of success, and remember to acknowledge how far you've come. You've put in the work, and you deserve to enjoy the rewards. So if things are finally coming together, celebrate Theta Euro, you've earned it. Now, let's talk about relationships, because just as you're finding balance in your work and social life, the same theme applies to your personal connections. Have you been feeling like your relationships are either too intense or too shallow? Life has a funny way of swinging between extremes, but today is a great opportunity to find that sweet spot where relationships feel both meaningful and lighthearted. Whether it's a romantic partnership, a friendship, or even family dynamics, ask yourself, how can I bring more balance into my relationships? Maybe you've been taking things a bit too seriously lately and could benefit from letting loose and having fun, or perhaps it's time to deepen a connection that's been more surface level. Either way, today's energy supports you in making those adjustments. And lastly, if you've been feeling bogged down by the daily grind, know that you're not alone. We all have days when the routine tasks start to feel like they're piling up, and it seems like nothing is moving forward. Maybe you've been feeling stuck or uninspired, and that's perfectly okay. But isolating yourself or getting frustrated won't make things easier. Have you ever tried to tackle everything on your own, only to feel even more weighed down by the pressure? Today's energy is a reminder that you don't have to go it alone. Whether it's reaching out to family, friends, or colleagues, asking for help or simply talking things through can make all the difference. Sometimes, just knowing someone else is there to support you lightens the load.